So game theory is a framework for understanding strategic behavior, a framework for analyzing strategic behavior. So in economics, we use it a lot to talk about oligopoly behavior because oligopolies are strategically interdependent. And so we can use the same framework to analyze the behavior of all kinds of different oligopolies. But game theory is used in all sorts of places, and it anywhere there's a strategic action, you can model it with a game. So anything from nuclear war to who's going to take the trash out in your dorm room or wherever you live. It's anytime what you do affects the outcome for somebody else and what they do affects the outcome for you, it's a strategic interaction. And so game theory is widely applicable across a wide variety of disciplines and a wide variety of situations. But like I said, a lot of what we do with it in economics, well, we talk about behavior in economics, so we use a lot of it, but it's a very useful tool for understanding the strategic interaction of firms. So for instance, here we have two firms. So this is a very simple game to illustrate the basics of game theory. So it's got two players. The players are firm A and firm B. Each player has two strategies or two actions they can choose. So in this case, two strategies. They can either go with a high Q, produce a high amount of output, or a low Q, produce a low amount of output. So firm A can go with a high Q or a low Q. Firm B can go with a high Q or a low Q. And this is what we call the payoff matrix. And we'll say the payoffs are profit in dollars. I didn't put dollar signs there. But this is, so it's not like points and you want to score higher than the other one. You're a profit maximizing firm. You want to get the most profit possible. And so what this shows is for firm A, if they choose to show up to market with a high level of output, they could either get 80 if firm B shows up with a high level also, or they could end up with only 40 if firm B showed up with a low level of output. Let's not worry about the origins of these numbers. It's an artifact of firm A and firm B and who they are and their market power and stuff like that. So don't be concerned with where the numbers came from because I made them up, but just how we analyze a game. So this is the thing. So you can use a payoff matrix like this to describe any situation. You just put in the players, you put in the choices they have, and we'll always stick to just two players and two strategies for now. You put in the players, you put in the choices of action they have, and then the matrix shows here's A's actions, here's B's actions. The matrix shows in each cell, so a cell would be each one of these four things. In each cell it says what are the payoffs to each firm. There's two in there, one for A and one for B in each of those cells. What are the payoffs to each firm of this combination of strategies being played? So if A comes to market with a high level of output and B comes to market with a high level of output, A will get $80 and B will get $50. That's what that tells us. If B comes with a high level of output, but A comes with a low level of output, A gets $30 and B gets $60. And so whatever the situation, whatever the market looks like, however the oligopoly is behaving, we can say, here are the players, here are their strategies, here is the outcome to them playing this combination of strategies. And again, I'm talking about firms and oligopolies because that's just kind of what we're talking about, but this is true of any strategic interaction. You can model it using this game theoretic approach. And so then we can look at that and say, what would we expect to happen in this market? Look at those numbers. So let's look at it. So if the problem is you don't know what the other firm's doing, and so firm A is thinking, if I knew firm B was going to go high, if I knew for sure firm B was playing high, and I'm firm A, I could either go high and get 80 or go low and get 30. So if I knew for sure B was going high, my best response would be to go high and get 80. Right, 80 or 60. Those are my choices. I go high and get 80 or low and get, or low and get 30. I'd rather go high. But what if I knew that firm B was going low? What if I knew for sure firm B was going low? Then I could go high and get 40 or go low and get 60. As firm A, I'm choosing high or low, so I can go high and get 40 or low and get 60. If I knew firm B is going low, I don't go low, so that doesn't help me much, right? If firm B is going high, I want to go high. If firm B is going low, I want to go low. What about firm B? If firm B knows that A is going high, remember here's firm B's choices. They can either, this is what they can choose. They can either go high or low. If they go high, when A is going high, they could get 50. If they go low when A is going high, they could get 90. 50 or 90, they'll go with the 90. So if A goes high, they want to go high. If A goes low, firm B again, they can choose going high or low. If A is going low, if B goes high, they get 60. If B goes low, they get 75. So if B knew that A was going low, they can go high and get 60 or go low and get 75. They would rather go low. 75 is bigger than 60. Again, they just want to maximize their profit. They want to get the highest amount of money they can. So B, if A is going high, B wants to go low. If A is going low, B wants to go low. No matter what A does, B wants to go low. B has what we call a dominant strategy. A dominant strategy is if somebody has a best choice regardless of what the other player does. A doesn't have a dominant strategy here, right? What A wants to do depends on what B does. If B goes high, A wants to go high. If B goes low, A wants to go low. A does not have one strategy that's the best regardless. But B does. No matter what A does, B wants to go low. B has a dominant strategy. So B's best choice is always to go low. A, if A knows B's payoffs, right, he's like, if B's best choice is always to go low, and I know B's going to go low, then if I know B's going to go low, I definitely want to go high. A doesn't have a dominant strategy, but going, did I say high? If B's going low, A wants to go low. That is their best response. What I circled here in each of these cases is showing each firm's best response to the choice of the other. If B goes high, A's best response is to go high. If B goes low, A's best response is to go low. And in either case, B's best response is to go high. And so that's the one cell where both players are making their best response to what the other player is doing. Where both players have chosen, if you're going to do this, this is the best thing for me to do, and both of them are doing it. It's the only cell where there's two circles, right? If we were circling the best response when we were going through there. So we can say this is the concept of equilibrium that we use in game theory is Nash equilibrium, named after John Nash. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind. He was one of the pioneering game theorists, brilliant person, everything. But so equilibrium in game theory. So remember, whenever we say equilibrium in economics, we mean it's a stable situation. Nobody has incentive to change their behavior. Same thing in game theory. Equilibrium in a game is when nobody has incentive to change their behavior, meaning everyone has chosen the best thing. They don't want to change their choice once they see what the other person's done. So in Nash equilibrium, the stable situation is when everyone is playing their best choice, their best response, given, so not regardless of what the other player did, but given what other player has chosen. This is a Nash equilibrium because you can see when A's here and A's chosen to go low, and they're saying, oh, that now they find out, oh, B went low. I'm glad I chose low because otherwise I'd be unhappy. and B's saying A went low, I'm glad I chose low. Well, B's glad they chose low regardless. But you can see any other cell in this payoff matrix is not in equilibrium, is not in Nash equilibrium, because somebody, at least one person, is not happy with their choice. Right? So if we were here at high, high, A would be happy. They're saying B went high, so I'm glad I went high. But B's saying, if I had known A was going high, I would have rather gone low. B would not be happy here. A would not be happy here. If B's going low, A's saying, I don't want to go high if B goes low. I want to go low. I don't want to get 40. I want to get 60. And here, nobody's happy at low, at B going high and A going low. If A's going low, B'd rather be going high. If B's going high, A'd rather be going high. Nobody is making a best response there. Right? So none of those are stable situations. At least one person would have an incentive to change their behavior. Think of it this way. It's a Nash equilibrium. Once everyone sees what everyone else did, everyone says, oh, yay, given what they did, I'm glad I picked what I picked. It's where no one's saying, oh man, if I'd have known that, I'd have done something different. That's when all of these cells are, oh man, I wish I'd done something different. At least one person's saying that. This is the only cell where nobody's saying that. When they say, oh, seeing what you did, I'm glad I did what I did. That's the equilibrium. That's the stable situation in a game. And so that's the basic structure of a very simple 2-player, 2-strategy game. And it's how you find equilibrium in the game.